G'day guys, welcome back to another video. Today is something a bit different. We're going to be discussing how to catch Murray cod. I get a lot of questions asked about how to catch them, what lures to use, where to fish from, and hopefully I can answer a lot of questions throughout this video. I've been a bit skeptical of it because there's so many different ways how you can catch these fish in every river, lake, wherever they live. Every ecosystem is pretty much different to catch these fish. So I'm just going to run you through what we know, what we do to catch Murray cod, and hopefully it helps you out there. So let's get straight into the video. Alright, to start off with the rods that we're using, my main rod that I use is a Daiwa Battler. It's a 4 to 7 kilo, 6'6". It's real light, and I've paired that up with a Daiwa Steez 30-pound braid to a 30-pound or 40-pound leader. The reason I use such a lighter rod is so I can feel everything. So normally on this rod I'll toss spinnerbaits, little hard bodies, Doozers, all your smaller stuff. So what I do, I can feel all little hits, bits of timber, weed. I can feel the slightest, touch on my spinnerbait blade if it stops working. So really good rod. A lot of people will use a 6 to 10 just to get a little bit heavier. And there's nothing wrong with that. This is a real versatile rod. I can use it for bass if I go up north. I can use it for yellows in the rivers, and obviously it gets on some good cod. My second rod that I use is my swim bait rod. That is a lot heavier than my casting rod that I normally use. So this is a 15 to 24 kilo, pretty much just a big broomstick. The good thing about it retracts, so I can store it in the rod locker. So 7'6". I've paired that up with a size 300 bait caster, which is a Daiwa Alexa, 50-pound braid to a 50-pound leader, and this is just used for just chucking out bigger baits. I do chuck the odd chatterbait on it, just so I can cast a bit further and doesn't put too much strain on the lighter rods. But they're my main two setups. So we obviously have different rods and reels that we use, but they're all based on pretty much my lighter casting gear. And yeah, both of them will do you the trick. You can also move up to a 6 to 10 kilo or 6 to 12 kilo. A lot of people use, and the good thing about that, they're a lot more versatile. You can cast bigger lures with them. You can troll with them. Where this rod you probably wouldn't be able to troll your bigger lures. So let's get into our lures and areas to try and find Murray cod. So when we're looking for Murray cod, the main things we're looking for are food source, structure, current, and water clarity. Water clarity helps. It just helps to see your lure. Fish like clean water. It's like us breathing in bad oxygen, or somewhere where it's real fumy. Would rather be somewhere where there's fresh air. Same as a fish, I'd rather be somewhere where it's a bit clearer water. They still live in dirty water, no worries about that, but I believe clearer water gives you a better chance. They can see your lures, and I reckon there's more fishing where there is clearer water. With the structure, it's pretty basic. Just look for your big laydowns, big uprights, anywhere where there's just big snag piles. Cod are ambush predators, so I'll just sit under their logs, as many of you know, and just try and find that structure. Other structure that you can look for, weed beds. There's little gutters. I'll sit in little gutters, say like little current gutters. I'll just sit there looking for food at certain times of the day. So just look for all them. But yeah, structured timber is probably the main one that you would target for Murray cod. And yeah, with the food source, just keep an eye out. If you see a little bait and stuff, you're normally in the right area. You'll normally catch fish, or give yourself a better chance of catching fish. Yeah, now into the lures that we use. So probably my favourite lure, and many of you that watch my videos would know that we use spinnerbaits a lot. Single bladed and double Colorado. So there they are there. I love fishing these because you can control the depth of them. So say I'm fishing, let's say 5 foot of water, I can let that spinnerbait sink a bit and work. If we move up into 2 or 3 foot of water, I can work it a bit quicker. So they're a real versatile lure, and they're proven to work. A lot of people catch a lot of fish on them, and that's mainly just because they're versatile. They're a really easy lure to work. Just a slow roll. Make sure you can feel those spinnerbait blades working, and yeah, just work it over structure, weed beds, anywhere where you think the Murray cod will be living. Colours wise, I don't really it sort of depends on water clarity. I get a lot of questions asked about colours, what to, how to fish them, or what colours should I be using. A lot of people like the darker colours, purple, blacks, and that's fine. I'll mainly base my colours off just the water clarity. So, say I'm fishing dirtier water, I'll go with my browns, my pinks, my oranges, my yellows, just my brighter colours. If I'm fishing clearer water, I might go with a darker green, purples, blacks. I think the main thing that attracts them is the flash of the spinnerbait, not so much the skirt, but the main things that I'll do, if I'm fishing dirtier water, brighter colours. If I'm fishing clearer water, I just sort of try and find some more natural colours, or just fish my normal colours like purples and pinks, greens, all that. With the little hard bodies, haven't filmed a whole heap with little hard bodies. Our recent trip up to Moala, we did catch a lot of fish on these. You guys wouldn't have seen that because I didn't film a whole heap up there. But yeah, these hard bodies also work really good. The main thing that we love about them is you can bounce them over timber. So with floating hard bodies, you say they're coming over timber, they'll be swimming like this, and they're just bouncing over the timber, and if it gets stuck, you can sort of just let your line slack, they'll float up and then continue. So same as a spinnerbait, you can control the depth of water that you're fishing. When I fish hard bodies, the main areas I fish them in will be 1 to 5 foot of water for the shallow bibs, and heavily structured areas. So somewhere where I think I'm going to snag up, say with a doozer or a swim bait or a spinnerbait, I'll chuck on these, and they make the knocking on the wood can turn on a cod and force them to bite. Obviously, I've got two different sizes here. Normally, when it's tougher, I'll go down to a smaller size in any in any lure. If the fishing's tough, I'll downsize to a smaller lure, and that's just worked for us downsizing. Alright, into the Doozers now. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of the Doozers. They're a pretty popular lure. Mainly where I'll fish these in probably 5 to 10 foot of water. Can fish them in shallower water, but they are a pretty snaggy lure. The main thing that I look for, big deep water and clearer water as well. I don't really like fishing Doozers in dirty water. They're a bit more subtle of a lure. And yeah, I just like fishing them in clear water. So clear, deeper water, 5 to 10 foot of water is normally where I'll chuck a Doozer around. If fishing's tough, downsize to a little TN70 or a TN60. And a lot of people think, well, these are too small, but we have caught a lot of good fish on TN70s and TN60s. Like I said before with the spinnerbaits, brighter lures for a bit murkier water. And in the clearer water, I reckon the Doozers work the best, and I use your blacks, your purples, your natural looking colours. Alright, something new on the scene, sort of last 2 or 3 years it's come in, is swim baits. And these are Jackal swim baits that I've got here. So we've got the Gigantual here and the Gantual here. We've fished a little bit of them, but most of our fish have come on the Gantual. The main reason for that, I believe, is the Gantuals just swim a little bit deeper, sort of just out of eyesight, where your smaller version, this is a Chibitrail, and your Gigantuals, they still get out of eyesight on a long cast, but not as deep as the Gantuals. We've caught a lot of good fish on the Gantuals and the Gigantuals, but yeah, most of our fish have come on the Gantuals. When I'll fish these lures, weed beds, shallow timber, anywhere where I think the fish are moving up and feeding on, I'll throw these. These are really good just to roll over shallow timber, lay downs, and we've caught them next to uprights as well on them, but the main areas we'll throw is your banks that are loaded with timber. Yeah, and they're a great lure. Really mimic a little fish, redfin, whatever swimming around, brim. They mimic them really well. You can see why they've become so popular in the cod scene. Alright, last but not least, I brought a chatterbait along with me. The main reason for this, I'll just fish these in dirty water. So for those that don't know what a chatterbait is, pretty much it's got like a diamond blade on the front of it, and they just sit up like that, and that chatters along. Really good dirty water lure. They make a lot of vibration, a lot of noise under the water, and I just thought I'd bring that along. So I'd show you when it gets tough, I do chuck on a chatterbait or in the dirty water in saying that. So great little lure there. They come in a lot of different sizes. You can get them in your smaller sizes, but this is a Bassman one, pretty popular. This is a ½ ounce. You can get them in an ounce and 3/8 maybe, I believe. And yeah, like I said, dirty water. You can catch them in clear water as well. I know at Copeton a lot of people use them at night and do really well on them, catch big fish up there. Alright, so wrapping up this video here. Hope you guys enjoyed, hope you learned a bit. I tried not to ramble on too much. I tried to get through it pretty quick, so hopefully it wasn't too boring for you, and you learned a bit from it. Remember to, I've got an Instagram page up, so follow that. It's @fishing_. Remember to like the video and subscribe. If you have any questions about Murray cod fishing or anything that I haven't answered, feel free to message me on Instagram or comment down below. I'll be happy to answer them. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll catch you in the next one.